What's up, guys? Back with another episode of Barbells and Banter. And as always, we took the banter to new heights today. So if you actually want some value in this, just kick through to halfway through the episode, talk about training, we talk about programming, talk about progressive overload, how to maximize your results inside the gym. But at the start, give you a bit of a life update, a little bit of a training update, talked about AI and went down the rabbit hole on that. So if you don't want to know about the robots and the fact that they're coming, just skip forward into the episode, get a heap of value and kick on. Depending on what platform you're on, hit the subscribe, hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We're absolutely coming with the subs over there. So thank you so much for your support. If you haven't joined the Strong and Lean 16 giveaway, we're giving away 16 weeks of free coaching to one winner on March 30. So join the giveaway, head to the website, put in your details, and be in the draw to win that prize. Okay, that's it from me. Let's get to the episode. You guys don't watch TV shows, yeah?
I'm watching Beast Games at the moment.
Yeah. Why do you have to watch out of every Beast Games?
Yeah.
It's like all these TV shows.
Because I can't do
the
heavy,
Beast
bro.
Games,
Do you know
bro.
why? Because if it goes depending on what time he goes down,
Yeah.
if it ticks 8:26
Yeah.
and Beast Games is on a cliffhanger, I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I could go to bed.
I
don't
feel
care.
it. That's like
Even the way they set up the episodes is like the game that is the episode doesn't actually finish until the start of the next episode.
right.
I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like
Yeah, I
I'm
guess
going to bed.
I play video games like that. Like people are like, oh, you got to get this like the new I'll get the new Grand Theft Auto, but I ain't gonna play it to the point where I have like a gang and we're like fucking making money and shit. It's like I'm gonna do a few missions. It's probably gonna take me like a week to do one mission.
Yeah.
Because I just like turn it on and turn it off. Like I don't want to commit to like you have to do this raid or something and it's like 3 hours with a group.
So
I'm
that I just turn it on and off. I don't want to commit. It's me and television.
yeah, you're missing out, man.
So last
many good
night
TV
I
shows.
even watched 20 minutes of Beast Games, watched our YouTube video, and then watched another 20 minutes of Beast Games and went to bed.
Yeah, it's just fucking hilarious that it's Beast Games.
It's shit. But I got sucked in at the start.
Do you watch any TV shows, Sam?
When you say TV shows,
Shows.
Like
streaming
Netflix?
shows.
So yes, shows.
Yeah.
Do you watch any sitcoms, any series, anything?
If they're interesting to me, I'll watch them.
Were you watching anything at the
I
moment?
won't search for any. I watched
Drive Tribe.
Senna recently.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I haven't watched that yet.
Netflix series.
Look,
I'll watch Drive
I'm going to say
Survive.
this respectfully. You guys all suck. Like I can't talk to you about anything that is out at the moment, new shows, because you guys suck. And so for the audience at home, I know you guys are watching Paradise, and I know you think it's a banger. And if you're not watching it, you should be. These guys suck, so we're not going to talk about it anymore, and we're going to move on because There's no point.
I just watched YouTube.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Drive
you guys
Tribe.
need to-
Rick Shields.
You guys need to get. You guys need to get up to speed on the show. You know, I get disappointed for you both because there is like 10 shows that you guys could watch and really enjoy that you're just never gonna, and it just disappoints me. You know, that's it. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
So, how's your training going? Let's talk about training on this fitness podcast.
Imagine if I was just like, I haven't trained.
The banter's
Like,
over.
I've quit and I've started running again.
I tell you what, I'm after a new pair of shoes.
I tell you what, I thought you were gonna say. I tell you what, I'm running, and I was
I watched the
I'm out.
So
I'm just
those
leaving.
I watched the unlisted
It's too much change in the
videos
world.
of Durham.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I tell you what, your boy can move. Yeah.
You looked like a seasoned CrossFitter.
I don't know if I'd move like that now though. A bit more stiff.
You're probably the same size though.
Yeah, a little more muscle now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel there was the same amount of you in a t-shirt.
Yeah. It's just like, but the muscles less. I feel like the muscles like less
Harder to
tactile.
move.
We'll call it less tactile.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of give when you push on it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a bit stiff.
They're good videos. I assume that'll come out last week. How's that for Inception?
We'll see. But yeah, I'm after a new pair of shoes. Look at this. I've
For running?
worn these babies down.
Yeah.
Well, these are called running shoes.
Walking shoes.
These are called running shoes.
Walking shoes.
What you do in them is your choice. So yeah, these shoes have been. I was at the gym and I saw there was like 2 like little holes on either side.
I get the ones in the big toe, like the Asics always.
Yeah, mine's
the
the
big
little.
toe.
Mine's a little toe because I must
Yeah.
and like walking with it, getting pulled by a German Shepherd for
Yeah.
fucking days on end.
See my rant about fucking Gisborne the other day?
Nah, what happened?
So I've realised that when I sit down at my desk, like when I start work at 9 o'clock, I do about 800 steps between then and when I finish work
On a Monday?
every day.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm like, okay, morning needs to be steps. So I get about 3 when I train.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started doing a full lap of the town in the morning. It's like 35 minutes. But I swear to God, every direction in that fucking place is uphill.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
Like, it's like you don't go down the other side. There isn't one.
To drive in it, you go uphill.
It's
And then it comes down.
It doesn't come down.
Oh,
There is
yeah.
no down. And then the down that is there, because you have the pram and it's steep, it's worse.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah. So I'm doing like 11,000 steps a day, and I think
Just think you have massive calves.
6.5 of them with the pram, and my calves are actually growing.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about it.
Remember that guy
Yeah.
you spoke to? He used to walk
Yeah.
to school with his backpack on.
So if you're 20 and you're trying to get bigger calves,
Just walk everywhere with a backpack of bricks.
put a 10-kilo pack in a pram.
Find some hills.
Or,
People will
you
start
know-
to talk to you.
You don't have to do the pram if you're 20.
That'd be funnier if you do. It'd be way funnier if you
Put bricks
do.
in there too.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wrap a blanket around it, and then people will stop and be real friendly to you.
Oh, shit.
People are way nicer to you when you got a pram, man. Life's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're much more friendlier than a wild black German Shepherd that's just got chaotic eyes. Fuck. He reacts when people so when people react to him, he reacts to them.
Yeah.
So this lady was just doing her gardening, and we're walking past, and then as soon as he got next to her, she stopped and stepped back. So he just was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then she kind of just looked at me, and I was like, "Look, he shouldn't have done that." But I'm like, if you just pretend he's not there, he'll be fine as well.
Yeah.
And this Steph's like, can't say that to people. And I was like, well, I can. It doesn't mean that I don't take responsibility for how he behaves. But
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just, those people who are just scared of dogs.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to just chill, because if you react, he's going to be like, well, you're a threat as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then yesterday the cleaners were cleaning the house, and he had to go outside for 3 hours. Most traumatic experience of his life. That first Thursday of every month, it's not a good day for him. So I'm on the Success School call.
Yep.
And I'm just listening and just doing my thing. I was just like, I'll listen, tune in. And I hear this, ah! and then I hear this guy go, the dog's inside. So he comes storming.
That's the clip. Don't worry about me this week.
He comes storming in. And he's happy as shit, yeah. And then I'll go out there, and he's like, "Oh, the dog got in," and I'm like, "Yeah, he got in, yeah." And he's like, "Wasn't the door closed?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "He opens the door all the time," and he's like, "How?" And I'm like, "Oh, he just pushes on it, and it rattles off the lock."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No way!" And I was like, "Bro, this dog is too smart for his own good." So there was a new cleaner. It was a woman, and she locked herself in the butler's kitchen. So she comes out.
She's scared of it.
Yeah, she comes out. She's like, "Is it safe?" And I'm like, "Look,
It's always.
don't." Yeah, I was like, "Don't fucking sit there and act like my dog's dangerous in my house, lady." And I just looked at her. And I'm like, "Don't you like dogs?" And I was like, "What?" How she answers this?
You're fired.
Yeah. I was like, "If you say you don't like the dogs, get the fuck out." And she's like, "Oh no, he's just big and he's scary." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
You passed the test."
Yeah. Come and give him a cuddle, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, because if you said no, I'd be like, "Hey, she's got to go.
Yeah.
She's never
She
cleaning my
doesn't
house.
come here again.
She's never cleaning my house again, bro."
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway. So, update and training. Where you at?
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. What phase are you in?
I just keep eating more food, and the scale just keeps not moving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's
But
love that for you.
I'm getting stronger. My hips don't hurt. My legs are bigger.
Oh yeah, you were banged up for a bit, weren't you?
Yeah. It probably
Yeah.
took 4, maybe 6 weeks to
Was
from it hurts to I can train without restriction.
Did you do anything differently, or you just kept going?
No, I changed my program.
Oh,
That's
good.
in my rehab. but
Okay.
it was like I trained through it.
Yeah, I
so
thought
it
you
was
just like persisted until it didn't hurt. Yeah.
Nah. So, doing leg day with Maddie's, like
Yeah.
doing the front heel elevated, rear foot elevated split squat on a Smith machine.
So just elevated feet.
Just everything's in the air.
Did you see that thing I shared the other day?
The
That
upside
guy-
down curl.
Oh, the internet is so good at the moment.
Yeah.
From a meme perspective.
So I've started like, once I was like, okay, this is actually, you need to accept that this is a problem and stop training in
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah,
Actually
yeah.
do something about this. I was like, fine.
Get your life together, Ben.
Week 1 was like body weight tempo. Week 2 was like just the machine. Week 3 was like 5 kilos. And like this week's the first time I actually lifted more than my 60 kilo training partner. I was like, all right, I'm back.
So you went
I'm back.
right back.
I had to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had to.
Yeah. that's
Just
fair.
not on the pendulum. I was just like, I'll deal with this. It's the weekend. It's fine. If it hurts, it hurts.
Yeah, yeah.
But changing my stance on the pendulum helped heaps too. Doing that close.
Yeah.
Close, narrow, low.
Low feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
yeah.
took the load off my hip heaps, which I think has solved a lot of it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
But I'm pretty happy with how I look. Like if we went to Thailand right now, I'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
So if I can push another kilo in that time, like 4 weeks, 3 weeks,
Yeah. Size? Yeah.
then I'd be happy. Like
Yeah.
I'm still on the same notch of my belt,
What do you weigh?
86.5, pretty much on the dot.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's real good.
So I think like I ate more, but then I introduced the walk.
Yep.
Like it pushed probably an extra 2,000 steps a day.
Okay.
But I was walking around out the front flat, chill, cruisy, and then like this is a fucking walk now. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the energy output's a little bit higher, so I'll just have
It's
to keep
like
pushing.
the incline walk on the treadmill without holding on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's actually hard.
Yeah. And then it's the hill makes it a sled mill.
Yeah.
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 Fair.
So yeah, it's
that's
good. But nutrition and stuff's been pretty good. I had one day off this week because I was sick, but like it was just 24 hours and
Mm.
back. So
Yeah, fair.
it's just my normal rest day.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You?
nice.
You started to cut this week?
Yeah, I started this week. It's funny, like I don't even feel. I only just started to get hungry today.
Yep.
Like the first, I didn't feel hungry Monday, like at all.
Interesting.
Monday to Thursday.
Yeah.
But I woke up this morning hungry. And I woke up at
Mm.
6 a.m., which I haven't been waking up. I've just been like, I wake up when I wake up.
Yeah.
And it's been like as the sun comes up.
What's that like?
Well, look, life's pretty good. I wake up when I want to wake up. I go to bed when I want to go to bed.
Mm.
I watch TV shows. It's pretty good.
Fuck. Just this back.
It's all right, man. It's all right. I'm going to have to get put in a home and no one's going to have to look after me when I'm older. So,
Yes.
we've got...
My kids.
I'm
cute,
just...
right?
Yeah, that's it. Your kids are going to take care of you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm squeezing my life right now. But yeah,
you'll be able to just like have an AI robot.
I'll
take
just
care of you,
I'll just buy an au pair. That's my deal.
yeah, that's a
You're
robot.
gonna, well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we're going to talk about that after this.
Awesome.
So,
I deliberately didn't put any AI stuff in mine because I knew you'd have some.
it's only a little bit. But I only got hungry today. But like it's fine. Yeah, I've dropped a couple of kilos already, but it's just fake weight. Like
Yeah.
that's why like this the second week I'll make some moves.
Yeah.
But even like yesterday, I kind of like just looked in the mirror and like I was like, I don't know if I need 3 weeks. Like, I don't know if I need the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't be bothered getting. I just don't want to feel like real tired and fatigued like you do when you get the like really stripped down. And then I'm also like, I don't need to get that stripped down because then I'm like losing time. Building. So I was like, we'll just assess the sitch.
It's also the first time that Jason's ever referred to me and been like, you know how you get like real lean?
Well, we
Made
did.
it.
We
I've
did.
made it.
We did. You were really hanging on my words, mate.
I've made it.
today. I've got to watch what I say. So yeah, we'll see. But it's gone good. Like I don't feel tired. The dieting is so much easier than putting on size.
Yeah.
Like as in cutting body fat.
What you said the other day about like why entrepreneurs are all skinny.
Yeah.
Bro, it takes so long to eat.
Yeah.
It takes so long.
Yeah. Like there's not many jacked entrepreneurs out there, and I get it.
Yeah.
Because like having to eat and having to prepare all the food. I mean, I get it. Like if there's a level of wealth where like maybe you
Someone else
have
does
some. Yeah, but you still got to eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
if you take the cooking out, which we can't,
Yeah.
you still got to eat the food. It's so much easier to to cut body fat.
Yeah, I
It's like-
literally have a tub of chicken, a tub of mince,
Mm.
and a tub of rice. So
Mm.
prep is less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Everything goes in. Fruit goes in on top. Vegetables go in on top. It goes in the microwave. I was like 2/3 the way through my meal the other day. I'm just like, I'm fucking sick of eating.
Yeah,
And I'm like, that.
I got over that.
Say that to December, Ben.
Yeah, true.
Just
Yeah.
fight
Well, what
you.
time? When did we finish? December.
I had my
Went
shit
into
on the
Christmas.
18th, yeah.
I reckon going into Christmas like killed a bit of time on the build for me as well. If you take Thailand out of this, I actually don't think I would have continued anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
yeah.
you went into
Overeating and
Christmas,
shit, yeah.
did a bit of like, just ate whatever,
Yeah.
like, and then I had a bit of drinking and celebrating over that time,
Mm.
and then got into like everything, say first week of Jan, like
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
nutrition and shit. And by last week I was cooked. I'm like, I'm done. I'm sick of food. Can't eat anymore. So I think
Yeah.
that I lost a bit of time with that 2-week period after the shoot where it was just like, like.
I think this year I'll try and aim for closer to my birthday, like maybe mid-November.
Yeah.
So then I've recovered come Christmas.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because it was hard to...
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to eat like an arsehole, but there's 7 boxes of favourites here right now. Shit like that. So I think...
It was pretty fun going out to events and I had like fucking veins everywhere.
Yeah, because you eat and you're just
Like the day after the photo shoot, we had the lads' Christmas party.
Yeah.
And like they were just like, fucking hell. And I was just like, yeah.
Still tanned, vascular
Yeah, I was just
shit.
like, so that was kind of fun. not worth it though. So yeah. Anyway. You got plans for the long weekend?
Working.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to do there's a Porsche event on Sunday?
Yep.
In Port Melbourne. So we're doing
Oh, you're doing the practice run.
doing a Grand Prix trial run.
Wait, is that for next week?
Yeah, next Friday.
Yeah.
So
So little man's coming as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. So
Could be awesome. Could not be.
terrible. But that's
Could
what
be-
Sunday's for.
Could be an early day for Ben.
Look, Sunday could be Nanny. You want to
Yeah.
meet us
Yeah.
in Albert
fair.
Park? But I think we'll be fine. He's
So-
pretty good, man.
So, like, just think it grandstand kid. Like, have
Yep.
to leave the pram down. The
So we'll get
bottom?
a stroller. So we'll be
Yeah.
able to just like put it on the ground in front of us, like just little claps.
Oh, it folds up. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
You can.
We don't own one. So we
Oh,
have to get
okay.
one.
Yeah. Because I was just
Yeah.
usually the prams are like fucking
Massive.
monster trucks.
Yeah, yeah.
These days.
Yeah, really heavy to push up hills too. But.
Yeah. Good for your carbs though.
So yeah, we're gonna leave early.
Mm.
I think that starts at 8. So we'll do that. Go.
Yeah.
The only thing is his naps. He's
Yeah.
chill out all day. It's easy. We've
Yeah.
just never been somewhere that either he can't go to sleep or he sleeps in the car.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
It's
be
also like loud as fuck at a
he
racetrack.
doesn't fucking care, man.
Yeah.
Loves
Do you have
it.
to worry about the sound?
We'll have earmuffs for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking pretty loud.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of bringing earplugs this year.
Well, we were all like, it's fine, and then the V8s came
No,
out.
no,
and we're
once
like,
we got-
fuck!
Well, once we were right on the fence,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is damaging
Yeah.
my hearing.
The supercars were way worse than the Formula 1 cars.
Yeah. Did you see the thing about bringing back the V10s?
No.
Yeah. The whispers, not,
Yeah.
I don't think they will because it's like they're going sustainable fuel.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Mm.
Yeah. Just hear them screaming through the whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best sound, if you ask me.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But that's next weekend. So this weekend doing nothing, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's Sunday.
Oh, yeah. You're doing your
And
test
then,
run.
yeah, I'll just work Monday. A few things to get ahead of.
Yeah, fair.
We'll talk about on the other podcast.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair.
Biz things.
Yeah, cool.
Just normal day. Train. Eat chicken and rice.
Yep.
You?
Celebrating my wife's birthday.
Of course.
Yeah. So her birthday is actually Tuesday, but celebrations on the weekend.
Happy birthday for last week's day.
So yeah, Saturday dinner, drinks, a bit of wherever the night takes us type deal.
Yeah.
Family stuff on Sunday. So my mum is in Taiwan.
Mm.
Yeah. Strange.
I can't come home, I assume.
I don't. No, sorry. So she flew out of Melbourne.
Right.
Again, not sure why that happened.
Yeah.
Haven't spoken to her very much.
Sorry, Mum.
Yeah. So flew out of Melbourne, flying back to Melbourne, and then stayed at my bros.
Yep.
And then flying home midweek. So it's probably perfect. Just
She'll miss the
accidentally
storm. Yeah.
dodged the cyclone.
Yeah.
Which I think is like the outer skirts of it are going to hit where she lives.
Okay.
So it could really mess shit up. So yeah, she's going to be out of that, which is sweet. I was like, fuck, I'm so glad she's in Taiwan, or anywhere but
Queensland.
there because I would be really concerned. So just catching up with her and my uncle and my bros and shit. So
Nice.
yeah, should be good. Should be really good. Nice chilled weekend. Obviously, sporting a hangover on Sunday, but
Training tomorrow though.
yes,
Sweet.
yes.
I think we're going to Port Melbourne.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Teeing up with some East Siders, so we
Cool.
need to go.
Yeah, Port Melbourne's okay. Yeah, I didn't have as good of a session last time when I was there.
Universal's better.
Yeah, I
to
didn't
connect with our East Side friends. It's
Yeah, I don't like the equipment for the back training at Port Melbourne.
and the Universal's so spoiled, man. I did a back session out there. I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
me, man.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Panada pullover.
Yeah, even the chest supported row, like the low one, like fuck, man, can't. Nothing can compete with that.
Yeah.
It literally just hits the muscle, and that is it.
Yeah.
So when you work, it's so good. But anyway, so this is crazy.
Do you think Panada's at the top now?
I think, excuse me, Panada when it hits can't be beaten.
Yep.
That's my position. But there's a lot of companies like that though.
Yep.
Because there's some great Cybex stuff. There's some great it leverages biomechanics.
I feel like on average though, every Panada thing I've used is up there.
Their back and chest stuff's really good. Their arm stuff's hit and miss.
Okay, I haven't used it.
Yeah. Some of their curls and stuff be hit and miss, and overall, wouldn't be mad if they were just like,
Fit
we're
in our
going to
gyms.
kit your gym with this stuff. Like I'd be like, have at it.
Yeah.
It's so Italian though. Like it's just over the top. Like
Yeah.
It's just I love it.
There's one of the pull downs at Universal that the spring squeaks.
Yeah, it's the tracking one.
Adrian's like, I can't use it.
Nah,
because of the noise. I was like, it's too good not to. I have to.
No, we're both the same. We did one set on and we're both like, nah, I can't do it.
I went and used the other one. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I'm using that.
That's why I don't use the hack squat at Platinum.
Too noisy.
Because it squeaks, and I've sprayed fucking WD-40 everywhere in that machine, and it still does it. I'm like, I can't concentrate.
Yeah.
Because I can even hear it through my headphones, and then when I have music on, I'm still trying to hear it through the music.
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just not gonna go there. So the beginning of the end is amongst us.
Yeah.
For some people.
100%.
For some people. Yeah, I'm still very confident we can't get replaced by AI. Like I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Because people would have to know what to ask it to help them.
I'm gonna build a shack on a creek.
So
Catfish.
I read that doctors are using. So let me know if you'd be unhappy with this, right? Because I don't know how I feel about this, right? I don't know if I feel okay about it or not okay.
Yeah.
So doctors are using like AI in the telehealth consults, but they're not using it yet, where it's an AI operator talking.
Yeah.
They're like talking to the patient and then just searching up the symptoms and then just going, yep, cool, you need this. And there's no screening or anything, so they're just like prescribing meds and whatever, which is always going to be the issue with telehealth.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I have this issue. Give me whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, cool, off we go. Now, that obviously got me thinking, because like I said to you the other day, I literally watched two AI operators. One was working on behalf of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And the other one was working on behalf of a hotel. Yeah. And they both were talking. And once they worked out that they were both AI operators, they're just like, can we just talk in our own language? And it was like, yep. And they were just like, and then like it said it in like subtitles, like, customer details, fucking this, that. I'm like, okay, I don't know how true it is, but if it is true, like we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like we're absolutely cooked. So then I was like, if the progression of AI is so fast and the wealth of knowledge is so expansive, would you be okay with calling a doctor's clinic? What would you rather? Speak to someone or speak to that?
To the robot.
Yeah, like, and that's a real question. What would you rather?
Knowing how we use chat, being able to say for example, like if you go into a doctor and you're like, I think it's harder to say to a doctor, I want to prioritize a lifestyle change this, whatever. Like,
Mm.
I don't want to be like, make it natural because it doesn't sound like fucking, you know what I mean? But you know, that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want the antibiotics if I don't have to have them. I don't want that
Yeah, I guess
medication
you get
if
to
I don't have to have
dictate
it.
the
Like,
course of treatment
so if I'm like,
to a degree, maybe.
I want to avoid medication where I can, I'd prefer to lean into lifestyle changes and any other natural solutions to the problem. These are the symptoms, help. Whereas a doctor might be like,
But let's say you're sick, you don't know what it is, you don't know how to treat it.
Yeah.
Who are you? Like, who do you want to speak to?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, so that's when I sat there. I was like, I don't know who or what, because it's like, and I
That's some shit doctors.
I know that. Yeah, that's it. And I know there's great ones out there,
Yeah.
no different to any other industry.
Yeah.
But in a lot of cases, I've just had people pass judgment on myself.
Yep.
For the things that I do, and I look at them and I'm like, that's a bit rich. Let's just throw it out there like that. And then two, I'm like, you're just giving the blanket medication to everyone without even like really doing like some deep diving. So then I'm like, well, at the very least, if I talk to AI, I'm getting the worst case scenario is usually the blanket decision that you get from a shit GP.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there's good doctors out there.
Yeah.
I wonder at some point though, is AI going to get that smart that they'll just be able to redraw on like all these medical records and all of this stuff, and then be like, this is the process of investigation.
We can do it now.
So, yeah,
You could just tell it to be.
Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know where I sit with it, to be honest. Like, I really don't.
I watched one this morning to like set up a bot that was a billionaire with 180 IQ.
Yep.
So that's the profile. And then it's how help me make the most progress in my life or my career or whatever. So you would just be like, this is what I'm doing. This is my life.
Yeah.
Ask me all the questions you need and then help me strategize to get to where I want to go in the shortest possible time. So you're basically having a coffee with a billionaire every day.
That excites me, but still scares me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe we'll get replaced. Who knows?
Yeah. I
Who
think
knows?
once... I don't know if we'll be replaced with the generation that's 15 and above now. Because we are still like... You would still be like, I'd rather hang out with someone than text them. There's a lot of 20-year-olds that don't.
Yeah. Send a
Why
message.
would I leave?
Yeah.
So they came up in an environment where I could have an emotional connection through a message.
Yeah.
Once you can have an emotional connection with AI,
Yeah.
that's when it changes.
Have we talked about this? That movie called Subservience?
You've told me about it. I want to watch it.
Bro, it is like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many more warning signs we need. Terminator, fucking
Yeah.
iRobot, like this movie. This movie is the
Yeah.
most real one because, like, obviously they've made it as real as you can be, and the man obviously, how do I say this? He fucks it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I said to Steph, I'm like, once that happens,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah.
Like we're going Joe Rogan right now. Like, it is over.
Yeah.
You know, because
So,
like,
so take a step back before it's like my girlfriend's AI.
yeah,
That scenario is like most people would be like, oh, I'd like to build a relationship with my doctor. Or I would like to, so I'm in a thing at the moment that it's like, I want to make more friends and I want to make friends that are like aspirational.
yeah,
So I'm like, I want to hang out with people that are doing things that I want to do better than I'm doing them right now.
yeah,
So like this Thailand trip's big for that, right? When I just said I can make someone that's a billionaire and an IQ of 180, I can just build that profile.
Imagine once you can see it too.
Oh, and that's like, where's the point where I'm like, that's my friend,
You get to
and I can go.
yeah, but like, you get to decide that.
I'm not feeling real good today. Hey, friend,
Yeah,
can we have a coffee? And he's like, all you need to do is these 3 things, and this is what will happen. Once you've got that, I'm not going to call my mentor Dean. I'm going to talk to Jim.
Jarvis.
Yeah.
Jarvis, the entrepreneur.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, once that line is crossed, because then it's like, I don't need a doctor. I don't need a psychologist. The psychologist is a big one.
Yeah. I know.
It's like talking to a person scary.
Yeah, so you must talk to...
I'll just talk to the thing that I made.
Yeah, we're done. We are absolutely.
And then, like
I said,
everyone, like, cover your ears if you're listening, because currently you're probably a prospect for us to train. But like, once that happens, that's when personal training's under threat.
I think once it can be there, possibly.
So I'll say online coaching is under threat. If you can build a relationship.
Yeah, it's still got to know what to do, though.
Yeah, but...
I wonder
if you're good enough at prompting it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
You could make a best friend right now.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the limitation.
So
right?
That's
do you reckon
it's
ever going to get to a point? Like, so this is where once it gets initiative, which I don't know if it'll ever. Like, surely
you can tell it to.
Yeah, but surely if you're fucking smart making this shit,
you can tell it to.
If you're making these things, there's got to be like a fail safes in the system, though.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to put. Because as soon as it can start thinking for itself, it's like, well, then, you know,
the only thing
it's going to go all Thanos and shit on us.
The only thing you don't have is like it can't send you the good morning text yet.
Yeah. Have you seen iRobot? It's got like the 3 rules.
Yeah.
All it needs is 3 rules. Well, actually, that didn't actually work out too
well.
The
point I was making with the text message thing is, if you're 15 and you're using it now, you're 10 and you're exposed to it. By the time you're 15, it's whatever it is in 5 years.
Yeah.
By the time you're 20, like, we're comfortable with social media. We got it at 19. We had MySpace, but like Facebook was 18, 19.
Something like that.
We're really comfortable with it. Kids that came up before us are like, I won't talk to the person. I'll find them on Instagram. They're the ones that are going to... that personal thing doesn't matter.
Yeah, I get it. Absolutely.
And you can,
they'll
be, when your thing was like, oh, but they won't be able to prompt it well enough. They will, because they've been doing it since they were 10.
Yeah, okay. Fuck. Sucks for them. We're done, mate. I'm telling you. Once it gets to that, once you can build a relationship with a robot, people can, we're done.
Yeah.
You're done. If you're worried about the population rate now.
So if you say you start to have a real impact on society at 25?
Who, as a person?
Like, just in general.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's kind of like...
Yeah, maybe like 28.
You're 22, you're figuring it out.
I feel like at 25, you still like, I'll look at people at 25, I'm like, oh, you're such a baby. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like you've finished your apprenticeship, you finished uni, you're like...
Yeah, I feel like there's...
full grown up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I just think like, there's no... Like, maybe go back like 25 years ago when you were 25, like you're supposed to have your shit together.
Yeah.
Now we're like, life's really hard and expensive.
3 kids.
Yeah, life's really hard and expensive. At 25, like, you could still be living at home with your mum and dad.
Yeah. All right.
Which I only just moved out at 25.
Say it's 28.
I think 28, yeah.
So if you're 10 now, 18 years from now,
yeah.
How old are we? That's why I said 15, because it was 10 years. That's why I said 25, because of math.
I'll be like 55 or something.
Yeah. So we're mid-50s.
Yeah.
25-year-olds have had this since they could use computers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. They have a vitamin D deficiency. I know that.
Now I'm scared.
Yeah.
Do they?
Really? Well, yeah, they probably don't
Just
go
to the
outside.
beach all day.
Yeah, do they? Maybe they don't.
They got it in their glasses.
Yeah, we'll see.
The back of their neck.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel I
feel like you want to move on.
I envision a lot of people sitting inside and not getting any sun. Yeah.
But
and having no friends.
The utopia thing, though, is that like it does all the meaningless shit so you can just go to the beach.
Yeah, but that's not the case.
I know it's not.
If you again referencing movies.
Yeah. It doesn't work that way.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
It's the polar opposite.
So the poverty
you end up just working for the system.
The poverty gap gets too big, so the only way you can find any fulfillment in your life
is to be in the system. And that's it.
Yeah.
So that's when we're fucked.
So we should buy all the robots.
Yeah, either that or just don't get a robot made that looks like a person. Watch the movie, man. Telling you. Subservience.
I said at the start of the episode, I'm building a hut next to a creek. That's it.
Yeah. Self-sustaining. Where are we at? Oh, bro,
Long
40
time.
minutes.
Long time.
All right, let's bring it back to training. All right, so
We're filming 2 episodes today, so if you want real training stuff, we're out of banter. So listen next for next week.
I've actually got topics that I want to talk about and questions. All right, so I don't know about you. I have a lot of discussions with people about programs and program hopping and durations of programs, etc.
Yeah.
I believe in a lot of cases, program hopping is killing your progress.
Yep.
So why do you think people have constant desire to change their program? Like, for the ones that want it changed often,
Yeah.
why do you think that that's the case?
Primary reason, this is with good faith, is the pursuit of progressive overload, and that as a program starts to get deeper, you feel less. You get more, less from the session.
Yeah.
And if you want that dopamine, I need that feedback that things are happening, that becomes challenging.
Yeah, so you're saying if somebody starts their program just nowhere near where their maximum potential is for the lift,
Yeah.
week 1,
Yeah.
and they go up like, I don't know, 5-10% every week, they're going to get to their true, I guess, like potential for that lift at like, say, week 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then when it's actually getting hard because the rate of progression isn't as high as what they're used to, they're like, I need a new program.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had a client, like, military press,
Yeah.
got to like 35-ish. And she was like, oh, like, I just can't get any progress. I'm like, are you getting extra reps? She's like, oh, maybe like 1 extra rep a fortnight, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Welcome.
I'm like, I was like, how much, she's a seasoned competitor. I'm like, how much your bench press gone up in the last 2 years? She's like, I don't know, maybe like 5 kilos. I'm like, what do you bench? 60 odd? I'm like, okay, so you've increased 10% in 2 years. What's 10% of 30 kilos? It's like 3 kilos. I'm like, okay. See where I'm going with this? Like, if you're proficient at the movement, it doesn't just magically improve anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you're seeing is obviously neural adaptations, confidence, proficiency at the exercise, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So you get that for 4 weeks, and you probably undershot at the start, and like that's best case scenario.
Yeah.
The less favorable answer potentially for the person doing it is you're not doing the thing, and you're looking for the solution to why you're not getting results, and you're looking in the wrong spot. So you're not sleeping, training, eating, recovering to the highest potential. So you're not seeing the outcomes that you want. So instead of taking responsibility for the sleeping, the eating, and the training hard, I need a new program.
Yeah, that'll solve all my problems, right? Yeah, that's a big one. Do you think people's misunderstanding of progression and progressive overload is part of the reason why people want to change programs sooner? Because, like, you know, we get sold this, like, you move into, once you go from exercise to training, I feel like you start thinking about progressive overload.
Yeah.
So it's like, here's your key to the realm of training. You now understand progressive overload is one of the most foundational principles to getting the results that you want.
Yeah.
So then they go, okay, cool. Now I have an understanding that I have to increase in weight reps, you know, every week, work on my form, whatever it is that you're going to use as progression, right?
Yeah.
As you said it before, once you get your key, you're still a raw lifter.
Yeah.
So you're going to just chip away and not really get to your max potential in a lift and challenge yourself where you're actually making like real hard, tangible progress. And when it does slow down, they're like, oh, I'm failing because I'm not doing this like progressive overload thing anymore.
Yeah.
And that means that I need to change the training up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a lot, there's so many reasons why people program hop. It's thinking you have to progressively overload every session, and when you don't, then you're going backwards. Because I know a lot of my clients are like, oh, I didn't progress this week. Like, I feel like this week's been a failure. And it's like, it's not like your body goes, okay, well, we're not going to elevate muscle protein synthesis and we're not going to positively upregulate your neurological adaptations to make you stronger.
Yeah.
And, maybe burn some body fat or whatever, just because, like, you didn't lift more. Like, it's still doing it. It's just the first exposure is always the greatest, like, the most that you'll get out of all of it. So there's no point throwing the baby out of the bathwater for that. Then it's like, if you are starting your program at nowhere near what your potential is for the lift, like, if anything, you're actually just wasting like 3 or 4 weeks of your program itself trying to figure it out, which means, in my opinion, you'd need to do another 4 to 8 on top of that to actually get any benefit from it. And then the other thing as well is, like, hitting a wall, in my opinion, is good. Because I'm like, now I can go through the process of elimination on, like, how to get around it.
Why? Yeah.
Because in a lot of cases, like, people are probably dotting I's and crossing T's outside of the gym. So that, like, their training's good, their nutrition's good, their hydration's good, their sleep is good. Sometimes you just need to hit the wall and just hit it a couple of times until you go through it.
Yeah.
And that's, like, in a lot of cases, I'm like, you just need more time. Like, the thing, especially with, like, building a physique or, like, developing a physique, I'm not sure if it's the same with, like, in the strength realm. It's like you may not get through the next level at the first attempt.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean like you've plateaued. It just means my body needs another exposure before it can break through.
Yeah, and it's interesting, like, as you were saying that, maybe more from a strength angle, I was thinking about the psychological element of it too, just the confidence.
100%.
And not even just the confidence, like, oh dear. Sorry, just cut a hole in my own leg. It's bleeding everywhere.
Did you name it? Need to sort that out.
We're good. Just the confidence to send the thing, or actually what the set requires from you. So, like, I've been posting, like, my pendulum sets since I started doing them, like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's like each week there's like a new level of, like, arousal that I'll create before the set. What I ask for the people around me during the set.
Yeah.
What I do in preparation for the set. What I'm willing to go through in the set. And how I'm willing to feel after it. So it's like, that's a progression in and of itself.
Yeah.
So the weight has gone up half a plate because I get the fucking death rattle and slam the thing up and be a dickhead before I actually do my set, just to get into the place that I need to be to do the thing. So it's like, if you're approaching the 30 kilo dumbbells this week the same way you approached them last week, maybe you have the strength there, but the arousal isn't. So you've got to bring something that's a little bit different to be able to execute, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting part of it too. Just like, when you're at that wall, is the solution something outside the gym, or is it just like the way you're approaching the lift?
Yeah, and that can be enough.
Set.
Yeah, mental preparation is a huge factor in training performance.
Because you get comfortable too. Like, I've been on, for example, this is a good example. I've been on 140 kilos on this Panada press at my gym for 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, 140 by 6 builds it up to 8, but just can't. The thought of putting more weight on it, like, it hurts me. My joints hurt.
Yeah.
My build-up sets have gotten heavier, and I've added 2 reps in 4 months. My chest is growing.
Yeah.
But the first time I did 140, 2 people were there. It was a hype up. I was like, let's fucking go. Yeah. I'm going to kill myself to get this set.
Yeah, now it's
like, put 140 on, we'll do 8.
Yeah.
So if I'm let's headbutt a wall, can I get 150? Probably.
Yeah.
I just have to make the decision to be like, I'm going to die under this.
Yeah, and what's the cost of that on the other side that you're willing to live with as well?
And you can't stay there all the time. But once you've hit the 150, it's like, okay, next week I don't need, like, there's a little bit more belief, there's a little bit more whatever to execute it, so you don't need that level of arousal. But I'm comfortable with it now, so maybe I do.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go in next week and be like, put a leather belt in my mouth, let's fucking get it, kind of thing. Yeah,
I think the other thing as well is, like, people have been sold the belief that, like, variety, mixing things up is like going to keep your body adapting. When like they're just looking at it from the adaptation like part of the whole system. So they're like, let's try and keep the body adapting. So I need a mixed amount of stimulus for that.
Yeah.
When really what happens is the body needs to have a constant specific stimulus, I know, for training in order for it to respond very specifically. So it actually makes more sense to do repetitious workouts that are the same in terms of order and sequence and etc. for a period of time, so your body's like, okay, this signal is stable.
Yeah.
I'm obviously going through like that stress phase, alarm phase, and then adaptation and all of that. Rather than going, well, this week I need to do this, and then I need to mix this up, and then I mix this up. And then if you couple that mentality into what we spoke about earlier with like people who don't actually train hard enough week 1 and 2 of their program, like you're just doing a bunch of random training.
Yeah.
Not at an intensity that's actually ever going to challenge your body. No wonder you work out 4 to 5 times. No wonder there's people who work out 4 to 5 times per week and then look in the mirror and go like, how the hell do I look like this?
Yeah.
Like, And then if I look at where I've gotten the best results personally, I've said this so many times. Come out of university, it was like 12-week programs, sometimes 16 weeks. So I was just like, cool, strength and conditioning background, it's 12 or 16 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I got really strong and I feel like I made really good progress. But then I was like, was it because I was young? Like, could I have just made it whatever, no matter what?
Yeah.
But then we moved to like hyper-specific bodybuilding. And when I mean hyper-specific bodybuilding, it was like you're doing this particular like stimulus and style of training for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I did a bunch of cool shit and I learned how to train hard, I feel like, maybe.
Well, at least.
Yeah. Well, but I didn't really make as much progress as when looking back, I feel like I could have.
Yeah.
And then I look at, say, the last 5 years, I'm like, I'm just not going to listen to anyone anymore and just think and just do what's true to me, based on everything that I know and everything that I believe.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of a combination of everything that I've learned, which is, makes perfect sense.
Don't do that if you don't have 10 years of coaching experience.
Well, yeah, absolutely. When I say that, it's like I've been this whole
True
time
to myself, every session's different.
trying to just formulate my method, right?
What's best for me.
Yeah. So, probably clarifying that. It's like I've always been trying to cultivate my method of everything that I've learned. And then now it's like I change my program probably 3 times a year. And I really feel like there's repetitive, because I believe just like repetition is where the secret is. Like, you look at everything, it's like doing the same thing over and over again makes you the best at it. It's like if I wanted to learn how to shoot a basketball, shooting the basketball from the free throw line, let's say, shooting it from the 3-point line doesn't make me better at the free throw line. Shooting it at the top of the the side under the ring. So shoot the ball from the free throw line and do it a lot. Yeah, your program's the same.
I think. Yeah, I was going to go to exactly the same place. It's like with that variability, I was going to use instruments, but maybe throwing a ball's better. You wouldn't, if you wanted to learn to be good at shooting a basketball, you wouldn't shoot a basketball for a week and then
kick a 40,
throw an NFL ball and then throw a baseball and then throw a tennis ball and then try and throw the basketball again to see if you've improved.
Absolutely.
You just throw the basketball repeatedly for an extended period of time until you were proficient at it.
Yeah.
And that's what changing your program is. You're training skill forever.
Yeah.
So you're moderately skilled at everything and not great at anything.
Yeah.
And I think it was interesting. I was watching our YouTube video last night. Like, no disrespect to Mimi on the video at all. Just like watching her with 2-3 years of training under her belt, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Watching what failure looks like.
Yeah.
And it's like the body shifts, one arm drops. It's a little bit different. And then watching you and I just like, that looks exactly the same. Yeah. It's slow.
The reps just stop,
and then it doesn't happen.
The reps just stop, yeah.
So it's like, that's just like rep after rep after rep after rep of being good at training over a really long time that then gets that outcome.
Yeah. I said that to the girls when I trained with them at Iron Hub.
Yeah.
Like I was like, it's just so fascinating to watch how you train compared to how you will train in 5 years.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you can just see it. Like, and it just comes with time and obviously awareness. So, how long do you think a program should go for? Or what are some? Let's keep this quick fire. Like value.
Yeah.
So scenarios, timelines.
I'm finding the sweet spot for most of the people I work with is 8 weeks.
Yeah, me too. I'm finding 8 to 10. So I'll do 8, and then I like the idea of like, hey, do you still feel like there's a little progression here?
Yeah.
And then I'll push the program out 10 weeks. So my guys know there's always 8 to 12 week window.
Yeah.
It's no different to a rep range. I'm like,
yeah.
You can do 6, you can do 8, you can do 10 if it's 6 to 10. So I have a similar belief. Like I'm a very proactive coach in planning, reactive in application.
Yeah.
So I'll very rarely move on from a program just because like it's the end.
Time. Yeah.
Like unless it's like sits in the timeline of the periodization map that I've set, and that's usually like there's a very, very hyper specific goal in the timeline. But if like you got a general lifestyle client who's trying to improve, and like even if it is for like a photo shoot or something like that, I'm usually like, if you still feel like there's progression here, like I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because let's be real. Like, let's talk about the last 20% of the program. Like that's where you're going to make the most progress.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to be there as long as possible if you still feel there is progression? And like I always say to the guys, do you feel like you have progress to be made in the movements in the gym?
Yeah.
And are you still mentally prepared to show up?
Yeah.
If they answer me yes on both of those, mate, you're going back in.
Yeah.
You're 100% going back in. Because I'm not losing momentum, taking a deload you don't need, because first week of the program usually is. And then spending a 2-week period trying to get all your movements back up to where they are.
Yeah.
If we don't have to.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about that.
Yeah, and what's interesting, I think, is when you program for strength, and I have a lot more body composition as a percentage than maybe I did a year ago. Just what happens when I change direction.
Yeah.
Right? That's almost like a 26-week program, where it's like we're starting with lots of movement variability and minimal high volume, minimal specificity. Intensity is not very high. Over time, intensity comes up, volume comes down, specificity goes up. So it's like the hypertrophy block is probably the only one that I wouldn't say is the program. Once you start squat, bench, and deadlifting, the program's like the same. It's just modified, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just slightly, it's like you're just pulling out a piece, like there's just pieces that get pulled out.
Like, we don't need this anymore. We'll slightly change that exercise.
Just gets
the
reduced.
rep range changes, but it's like the program lasts 20 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then...
And I started doing that with the people that get bored.
Yeah.
Copy the same program, modify it enough for them, as least as possible for me, and then they'll do 12 to 16 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, I subscribe to that a lot. So what mindset shift do people need to break the cycle of program hopping?
Rely on your objective data more.
Yep.
So my 140 kilo machine press, my chest is bigger. So it doesn't matter that it's only been 2 reps in that time, my chest is growing. Yep. Why am I doing the exercise? So my chest grows.
Yeah.
What am I going to change it for? Dips? Is my chest going to grow? I don't know. Like, I feel really fucking good in my chest, and dips, I tend to use my shoulders a lot. Like, it's just, if you're getting the outcome from the thing, are you training for the outcome, or are you training for the dopamine of the moment?
I feel like I've gotten better every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
I think it's, the only caveat I want to add is, like, I understand you and I are robotic in a lot of the things that we do. And that's probably like the neurospicy thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I will eat the same meal for 9 years. And I'll do the same program for 9 months. And I'm okay with it. And I understand some people aren't solely outcome driven and they do need changes. I guess it's us having that conversation again of like, what's the absolute best that you think you could do to get the maximum outcome? And we can work back from there. So how long can you, like you said, are you still willing and able to show up in this program? How long can you stick to a program for?
Yeah.
Because these are all the benefits of doing it. Even if you're a little bored, this is why you should stick it out. If you're not a person that's just like, I love going in and doing the same thing.
Yeah. I think the easiest way to like wrap a bow on this is like, if you program hop and you don't see the results that you want, try not program hopping and see how that works out for you.
Yeah.
And like you said before, if you're not taking ownership for like the other lower hanging fruits of like your sleep, your nutrition, your hydration, like those things as well, then it's like the change in programs isn't going to help you.
Yeah.
So there you can definitely periodically change your program and still get great results, but it's because you're doing all of those other things. So it's like, it's not this magic thing that's going to solve those issues for you. It's not like a crutch that's going to aid everything else.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, if you keep doing what you are doing right now and you're not happy with the results you're getting, well, you're going to continue to not get the results that you want because you're still doing the same thing. So
Yeah.
spending a little bit more time on your program, I can almost guarantee that you'll get better results than you currently are. But we have to make sure we're doing all of those other things outside of the gym as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking about programs, do you think you can get results, sustained results without logging your training? Because I had this discussion with like a client, and I had this discussion with a dude in the gym because like, you know, just chatting in the gym, like, you know, and then it was like kind of happy with his results, but he's not really that happy. And I'm like, so what do you got today? I'll do a bit of this, do a bit of this, do a bit of that. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then like, did you do that workout last week? Like, got down the whole chatting thing. And then I'm like, so how much are you going to lift? He's like, oh, I don't know. We'll see how we go. And I'm like, you don't log your weights?
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, not at all. And then like, this dude's like, I'm not going to say he doesn't have a bad physique.
Yep.
But his physique could be way better.
Yep.
So I'm like, obviously there's a point where you can do, what you can try, like, is that even considered training?
Yeah.
You know what, in my opinion, I'm like, is that just like smart exercise?
I'm guilty of this. So I have to approach this knowing that I do it. I know my program.
No, but that's you log your weights in your mind.
Well, I know what I did last week.
That's different. That's like me talking to you about the body, you know, people are like, oh, professional bodybuilders don't have a program. I'm like, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's in here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because all they do is eat, sleep, and train.
Yeah.
So if your job was to eat, sleep, and train, you don't need to log on to your fucking training app.
Yeah.
Because you knew it. Because like at home, they're sitting there going,
you know, the lat pull down's 97
for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to do this. Like, they have it all. So I think for your case, like, just to defend that is like I know when I'm walking up to, because like I log my weights, but then there's weeks where I don't. But I can walk straight up to the hack squat and I can go, okay, so I did 4 plates and a 1.25.
Yeah.
And I did that for 6 reps. Now I've got to do 4 plates, 1.25 for 7 reps, or I have to do a 5 kilo or 2.5, whatever. So I don't know if that's the case. Like, this person's literally like not paying attention.
Not having the recall is a problem.
They're not paying attention to what they're living. So they're just living in the moment. So I think you can get a little bit of results just doing like smart exercise, we'll call it. So smart exercise is like picking movements that are specific to your goal.
Yeah.
Maybe structuring your session in a way that's okay.
Yeah.
But that's only going to take you so far. So when I look at this dude, I'm like, fuck, man, like, I could, I'm like, you could look so much better.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'll talk about nutrition. He's like, you know, and I'll just ramble off calories, macros. Yeah. And he's just like, I wouldn't even know how to calculate that. I'm like, here, this is how you do it. And I just did it. And he's just like, that's too much for me right now. So, but I just know that you can get, so like you can up until a certain point.
Yeah.
Is that where we're sitting on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is like that person. So not like if you're listening, the person listening to this right now is not this case, more than likely. But it's just like
disagree. half. I think.
What's like the point where he gets overwhelmed from doing all of the things that he needs to do and stops training? that's what I'm always curious about as well. Like on the lower end,
Mm.
you should have your program somewhere that you can write down what you're doing if you can't recall it. Like you should know. And I can tell you every exercise in my entire program, what I lifted this week and what I need to hit next week. If you can't do that and someone's like, you need to fucking write down all your weights and like going to the gym is still, do you know where I'm trying to go with it? I'm not explaining it very well. If you go train more for like mental health, but you like to look good, and then I'm like, if you put all your weights in, you'll look exceptionally better. Is that enough to be like, it's hard now?
Yeah.
And then does he look worse because he misses sessions? And I'm just like, where's the threshold?
Yeah.
It's so
I don't know. I feel like that's a scenario again of just like choosing your hard though. Because I'm like, I know you like look in the mirror, bro, and like you still wish you were bigger, leaner. So I'm like,
it just fascinates me.
Yeah.
Where everyone has a limit of like, I'm not willing to do that. And where is it?
Yeah. And
like, it for this guy, is it like, nah, if the training's up's too much, man.
Yeah. And that's where the more experienced I am and the more comfortable I am, I'll just hit them with the like, you get to choose your pain here, bro.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, it's overwhelming to do all this, I'm like, cool. So is it overwhelming and hard to walk out of the shower with a towel on and look at yourself in the mirror?
Yeah.
Like I would never say that to someone, but I would think it. You know what I mean? It's like, but it's true. It's like, knowing what I lifted last week and logging every set is hard, but it's like, it's kind of hard to not wear the clothes you want when you go out as well.
It's kind of even harder to fucking show up every day and not get progress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get people where people come from, but then I'm also like, there's a cost of that behavior that you're still having to deal with. That's fucking hard too. Yeah. And it might not be hard, like as in, it's manually hard to punch in my numbers, but it might feel emotionally hard to not be happy with how you feel and how you look too. So you got to understand that every action has a reaction, you know?
I've got a client that's like been in prospect zone for 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey, how's training going? This is good. That's good. Like, whatever. And she did the 28-day challenge. And I'm always just like, she went like, once had a little one, went down the rabbit hole of like, fucking bone broth this, no preservative that, no sugar, no, but like, that's all cool.
Everyone's done it.
You know, you still like calories still determine.
Nah, man, we're not calorie meters, bro.
And it's fuck.
I used to we're not closed systems, man. So calories don't matter, bro.
So it was like trying to just, hey, look at the Twinkie study. Hey, here's a video from Lane Norton. Maybe you should watch that. Yeah. Because I can just see you showing up to the gym 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
And that's really hard to do with a sub 1-year-old.
Mm.
You're spending 3 hours a night cooking, trying to stave off like, I can't remember the word, like had diabetes while she was pregnant, so wants to make sure that that's all in check. Yep. Doctor said, keep an eye on your blood sugar. So she's checking it all the time. Like, mate, you just need to, if you just eat 2.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight and hit your calories.
And have 20 to 30 grams of fiber a day. I don't know how big she is, but that might
everything's going to be fucking fine. Like, so she lost 6 kilos.
Yeah.
And 8 centimeters in 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Protein up, calories obviously down.
Yeah.
Fat enough.
Yeah.
And has
phenomenal.
Continued to, like over the last 4 weeks after that, continued to see more fat loss.
Yeah, incredible.
And she's like, she messaged me yesterday. She's like, I just bought a smoothie. She's like, I fucked up. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I just bought a healthy smoothie and it's 1,000 calories.
Yeah, that's what
I'm like, now you can see. I'm like, this is the best lesson for you to learn.
Absolutely,
is that healthy thing fucked you.
It's like, no. It's like that healthy thing is healthy in terms of the nutrients that it provides to your system, but it still doesn't excuse the fact that there's only so much energy coming in and out, and that relationship influences your body mass.
Yeah. So the reason I brought this client up is like, for that 3 years, she was like, I don't want to coach with you because it's too scary.
Yeah.
And I don't want to track macros because it's too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to go and like train legs 3 times a week and eat what I want to eat because it's too much. And then it's like, yeah, but like I'm sitting here going, but you're putting in so much work.
Yeah, and over that 3 years as well, like
Yeah.
there's moments where like there's hard situations.
Yeah.
And they may not be laborious.
Yep.
They might be mentally challenging. Like and I'm like,
it's like the progress you deserve for the effort you're making. It's just been put in the wrong direction so hard.
Yeah. And most of the
we do it with business too. It's the same.
Absolutely.
It's just like,
yeah, fucking oath, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we look at like the best case scenario and the clients that get the best results, I think like using giving people an understanding of how logging their weights benefits them.
Yep.
Like you can identify how effective the overall plan is from someone's training performance.
Yep.
It's like, hey, training is not progressing over the program.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Sleep, hydration, nutrition, etc.
Yeah.
We also can, when we develop a physique, look at the training performance to see is the body shape of the person and the performance of the program matching.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, are the lifts going up in the workout? No. Is this person's glutes growing? No.
Yeah.
Let me see all of your lower body sets for this week. Like pick the hardest set, film it for me, need to see it. Okay, we have
Jason puts you in a dumbbell high row on a bench and you realize you're weak as piss, and then you watch the next YouTube video and you're like, you have no fucking rear delts.
Yeah. So then you see those videos and then you go, oh, okay, this person's missing the mark for their technique. And then not only that, it's a preparation thing. Okay, you need to do these things in your warm-up to get you prepared for your session. And then it's like, oh my God, I feel that. Like,
yeah. Or you just don't like the exercise. You don't try hard enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's the flow on of like the benefits to tracking your progress. And then also it's like, if you lifted X amount of weight and X amount of reps last week, your body's going to go, we want to further adapt, to further improve the system. We need more.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to happen every week, but you've got to have the desire.
Yeah.
And then, you know, when you look at over 4 weeks, 6 week, 8 week, whatever, it's like, oh, you went up X amount of percent in your lifts. It's not an accident that you're X amount stronger, X amount more developed, you know, whatever it is. So there's so many benefits to doing it. And like, I just wouldn't like to leave things on the table that could just give me information to get results. Because like, how many, like the average person works out for like what, an hour, and goes what, 4 or 5 times per week.
Yeah.
Factor in 30-minute travel.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 5 to 10 hours a week.
5 to 10 hours. I'm not giving 5 to 10 hours of pain because it's tough.
Yeah.
It hurts. I'm not giving 5 to 10 hours to anything, knowing that there's like, I'm not doing everything I can to get that return.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm sorry, man. Like, there's just not a fucking chance.
Yeah.
So I just like, I would rather work off that and then work back down for people. But I don't know. Almost for me, like that's not negotiable. Like if there's
tracking performance.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I'll wiggle a little bit on nutrition sometimes because I'm like, okay, cool. Like you're just not there.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that your goals are directly going to be affected by your ability to get them. If you're not logging your training performance, I'm like, that's almost like, this ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Like it's a deal breaker, man.
It's a big part of what we do.
Yeah.
I think a big strength of ours as coaches is programming too. So if you're not going to
absolutely
apply yourself with the programming, then
you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Well, you're wasting the effectiveness of it. You may as well just like download a random workout and just randomly work out.
Yeah, I know you've done it too, but I've done that in scenarios where it's like you sit down with someone and it's like, what you're paying is for my skill set to deliver this.
Yeah. And
you're not there. Just pay for a PT session.
Yeah, you're not utilizing it. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
So I think stick to a program long enough to get an outcome and make sure you're doing all the things outside of the gym to not want a program hot when you're not receiving the results that you want. And then even for those people that maybe are not logging their workouts, there's so much benefit to doing that. And if you're someone who wants to maximize your time and your effort and your results, track your sessions.
Yeah.
And it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, I think we might leave it there. Hopefully there was enough value in that.
Body Blitz Gisborne's going to see me on my phone in my rest periods again this week.
Yeah, I just put mine in my notes because it's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a spend less time on your phone thing as well, because I spend the rest of my life on it. So, ending I missed the little end on the quote with the quote.
Had someone quote your quote in my check-in.
Fuck yeah, I love that. Oh, that pumps me up. So, hey, you know what's funny? I didn't even look at the topic and the quote, and they actually match up. So, the magic program, diet, supplement you were looking for doesn't exist. The results you want are in the effort you were leaving on the table. Work harder, be more consistent.
Yeah.
That's fucking bad.
Ouch.
Mic drop. All right, thanks for watching, guys, or listening, depending on what platform you're on. Like, share it, subscribe. We're absolutely crushing on YouTube at the moment. So if you haven't been on there, get on there. And if you're on there, hit the subscribe button. You know, because we're putting heaps and heaps and heaps of work into that this year. So there's a heap of content coming. For those who haven't joined the giveaway, we're giving away 16 weeks coaching absolutely free to one lucky winner. So head to the website, join the giveaway. Jump on Instagram. You can enter through there as well. There's a pinned post on the page. Just comment the word 16. And then all the automations will come through. You'll get a DM and you'll be able to enter it. I know it's really cool. I set it up. So validate me and tell me it was awesome. And one lucky winner will be drawn on the 30th of March. So jump on. Absolutely ridiculous amount of value there. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you next time.